there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, your favorite tarot reader, and welcome to the channel. So in today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at why you're constantly being spoken about by others. I'll try to be as accurate as I can, but it is a bit tricky when reading for the collective. If you want something more personal, you can always check in with a psychic for a more in-depth description. Speaking of which, I tried a clairvoyant from Psychic Source, and yes, they're sponsoring today's video. Thank you, Psychic Source. I got matched with a clairvoyant through their site, and honestly, I wasn't expecting her to be that accurate. I gave her no personal info, just asked about my future love life, and somehow she instantly picked up that I'm already in a relationship. She literally said, "Why are you asking about the future without mentioning him?" I was literally speechless, but then I remembered that's kind of what I do too. Still a shocking experience to be on the receiving end of it. She described my future partner as someone who makes me really happy, with great communication and a bond that can handle anything. But the part that really stuck with me, she said she saw my future husband giving me purple flowers. A few weeks later, nothing happened, so I kind of forgot about it. Then we saw a tattoo promo on Instagram. My boyfriend sent me his ideas so I can book, and boom, a purple flower. Not a bouquet, but I'm definitely taking that as a sign. You can chat with gifted advisors however you're most comfortable. Phone, video, or even text. Setting up my account on their website was super easy, and they have this quick little quiz that helps you find a psychic based on what you're looking for, whether it's love, past lives, energy readings, whatever. It made the whole process really personal and intentional. What sets them apart is the level of care and integrity. Only 2% of their applicants actually become advisors, so you know you're speaking to someone who's truly gifted and held to high ethical standards. And they back everything up with a no-risk guarantee. If you're not happy with your last paid reading, it's free. For a limited time, you can use my code Siren at psychicsource.com when checking out, or you can just click the link in my description box below at trypsychicsource.com/siren. You'll get up to 40 minutes with an advisor for just $19.80. That's up to a $240 value. You don't have to use it all in one session. You can spread those minutes out across multiple advisors to see who you truly resonate with. They also donate 1% of your purchase to charity at no extra cost to you. Oh, and yes, I do get paid for this promo, so when you sign up with Psychic Source, you're feeding a perpetually hungry, slightly dramatic psychic, that would be me, and funding my next impulsive crystal purchase. As you can see, the channel needs some new crystals, but that's all for now. Thank you again to Psychic Source for sponsoring today's video. So getting back to your pile selection and reading. So all these cards had originally come out reversed. So for pile 1, we have Tiger's Eye with Bright Heart Light. For pile 2, we have Red Jasper with Duality. And for pile 3, we have Black Tourmaline with Calming the Waters. So take a look at the piles we have, see which one you're most drawn to, and the one that stands out to you the most will be your pile for today. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick one. So once you are done picking a pile, then please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I will see you at your reading. And if you're still struggling to pick a pile, then you can pause the video and I will see you there when you're ready. Hi pile ones! If you chose the Tiger's Eye crystal with the Bright Heart Light card with the open connections, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at why you're constantly being spoken about by others. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. So this card had originally come out reverse for you, my pile ones. In fact, all the cards did, but I just put them upright for pile picking purposes. But I'm going to read both card meanings, both upright and reverse. So I'm getting that you guys have a lot of admirers, a lot of people that talk about you because they're admiring you. But you also have a lot of haters, my pal ones. And I can tell you, when people are hating on you, that means you're doing something right. I feel like you're often spoken about because of your style. Like, people often comment on your style looking so beautiful, and also you just have a very beautiful face or handsome face. So take it as it resonates for you, regarding your gender. But I basically see this energy of you constantly being spoken about in a way where you're being admired physically, right? A lot of you could have possibly gone through a glow up too, or your beauty could be increasing in some way. People could also speak about your posts on social media, because I'm clairvoyantly seeing an Instagram feed. So people could be also like showing your social media to others. And with this card originally coming out reversed, I do feel like with this hater energy, they kind of love you but hate you at the same time. Just hear me out. I see this energy of like people hating on you, being jealous of you, but then admiring you at the same time. Like being jealous of you, wanting to be like you or emulate your energy in some way, but then at the same time hating on you when they speak about you. So it's a really weird energy, but it is coming through here. So why you're spoken about is because you're admired but also envied by others. I think a lot of people love you, but also a lot of people love to hate on you. Because the way I see it is, if someone is hating on us, they must have insecurities within themselves. They're probably doing it to make themselves feel better. You know what I mean? So that is a theme coming through here. So we have the Temperance card showing up in the reverse. So why are my pile ones constantly being spoken about by others? Why are they constantly being spoken about by others? So we have the Queen of Swords coming up next. You could have a lot of like past lovers speaking about you with the Lovers reverse. This is like separation energy. But this could also be people that you used to be close to. Because I was kind of getting that vibe from this card when it showed up reverse. Like people you used to be close to, people you used to have a lot of love for. Not that you don't have love for them anymore, but maybe you just separated from them in some way. So you could have old people talking about you, people from the past, people you used to be close to, old classmates, people you went to college with. You had an old job, maybe people there, old colleagues, old best friends, old lovers, exes. So they may talk about you the most, which is why it's showing up quite prominently here. So the Page of Cups and the Strength card. And at the back of the deck, we have the Eight of Swords reverse. So I'm hearing the word liability. I'm trying to tap into what this energy is exactly. So as I tap in clairvoyantly, I'm seeing a middle finger. So I feel like you have letting go of liabilities. Maybe not physically, maybe for some of you physically. This to me feels like the energy of people that maybe hold you back or held you back at one point where they felt like a liability to you. They felt like they were making your life not a better quality, but a worse quality, if that makes sense. Like, they weren't adding to your life, they were taking from your life. Maybe for some of you, if you had assets, like physical assets, like a car, that was liability. Maybe you've gotten rid of it. But for a lot of you, I'm seeing the energy of giving like a middle finger to people that you don't want to have access to you anymore. Because that's how I'm reading it intuitively. So people could be speaking about that, and you seem to be a lot more free and carefree with the Eight of Swords reversed at the back of the deck, now that you don't have those things holding you back or holding you down, or those people holding you back or holding you down. It seems like you've gotten rid of people in your life that maybe are always like trying to whisper negative things in your ear. Because that's what I'm literally seeing clairvoyantly. Like I'm seeing a friend that maybe is always saying rude or nasty things to you in your ear. Like you're like, oh, I want to go cut my hair. And they're like, no, you shouldn't cut your hair. It's not going to look nice. And then you go cut your hair and it looks amazing. You know, I'm seeing that type of energy. The example doesn't have to resonate, but I'm seeing the type of energy of someone that's always speaking negative BS in your ear that doesn't even make sense, that isn't even true, but it's coming from a hateful place. And now you're a lot more free. You can do what you want to do. You can be bold. You can stand out in your own way without people holding you down or trying to put you off your pedestal or flick off your crown off your head. You know what I mean? So I feel like you're stepping into your confidence, you're stepping into this bold energy, and you're taking inspired action in some way, and people are definitely speaking about that. So whatever you're taking inspired and bold, whatever bold moves you're making, that is what people are speaking about constantly. So people are saying that you're radiating major glow up energy. You're bold, magnetic, and unapologetically yourself. You're also resilient. I mean, the things you've been through, you haven't let it get you down. You've just stood up tall and held your head up high. And you didn't allow other people to knock your confidence. You've also broken free from toxic patterns of people. That's what's spoken about quite prominently here. I also feel like you're very funny in some way. You have some kind of sense of humor. So I feel the energy of someone relaying a joke that you've made. Like, let's say you made a joke with someone and they went and told someone else about the joke because they thought it was so funny. I'm seeing that type of energy here. People could also share kind of like conversations you've had with them that felt lighthearted, but it's not coming from a place of gossip. Maybe sometimes people could gossip about you and the things you've said. Like that could be applicable for some of you if you relate to that. But for most of you, I'm feeling this energy of like someone relaying a conversation back to another person because the conversation felt special to them. So let's say they are your friend and they really like being around you, and they go to another friend and they talk about how they really enjoyed the conversation with you. That could be an example here. So you've completely changed inside and out. People are shocked at how you've healed, how you're now standing in your power, and how you're glowing without them. Some are low-key jealous of your confidence, Power One. And I'm hearing that song, We Don't Talk Anymore, like we used to, when I look at this Queen of Swords and the Lover's Reverse, but they're still talking about you, these past people. So they may be talking about the fact that you don't want to talk to them anymore, about the fact that you don't seem to want to be around them or have anything to do with them. You guys definitely had some fake friends around you, messy situations like that, or fake coworkers or something, and they are definitely speaking about you from a place of envy. I'm hearing they're pressed watching you thrive, Pal One. I'm hearing them say, I don't know who they think they are now. They really think they're better than everyone. And then some people are saying, they look amazing. I don't want to admit it low-key, but I also kind of miss them. I see that energy too. People are also speaking about your voice, your communication style, the way you sound to others. I'm getting that you speak with confidence and with presence, and you demand respect, but also adoration from others, not necessarily intentionally, but you just naturally do that with the way you talk. You have a natural charisma about you, even if you don't try. And that's when you're most charismatic, when you don't try, when you're just being yourself. People could speak about how you sometimes can come across as a little bit impatient. When you want something, you want it to happen now. And I do think you are working through that and are working on that. But I also see this energy of imbalance. So people may be speaking about imbalances that were once in your life or are currently present in your life. I'm getting an example of someone that was maybe super focused on their health. And now there's nothing wrong with being focused on your health. It's amazing to focus on your health. But I'm getting an example of someone that maybe focused on it too much, where they went overboard or they went to extremes. And even if this is not true, you could have jealous people saying, oh, they're going overboard, they're extra, they're going to extremes. But they're just jealous and mad because they are not going to extremes the way you are, or being extra the way you are. They secretly wish they were more extra. They secretly wish they had the confidence to be bold and show up in the way they want. Because I feel strong sacral chakra wounds from the people speaking about you. Like I said, lots of envy here. You could also have childhood friends speaking about you. I'm seeing someone, this feels like an older sibling, specifically seeing a feminine energy, but it doesn't have to be. But I'm seeing a vision of an older woman go to you. She's touching your chin, right? And she's holding your chin and kind of moving your face towards her so that you can look at her, and you're kind of looking up at her, right? And she's telling you, honey, hold your head up high. Don't let like these haters kind of push you down in any way. So I don't know if this is an older sister, an older friend. This just kind of feels like someone that cares for you, that is a little bit older than you, that gives you advice, that tells you these kind of things. So maybe they're saying that to other people about you. Like you shouldn't let other people get you down and stuff like that. Okay, so who is talking about you now for the last section of the reading as we end off? I see an ex-best friend who's still bitter you outgrew them. Or just exes in general. Ex-friends, ex-lovers. Just bitter people. Now I'm seeing a jester energy in my mind. So this could be someone that kind of has class clown energy. Someone that's very funny. I'm getting Gemini energy from this specific person. They don't have to be a Gemini, but they could have that like carefree, free-spirited energy about them, like very funny. And they're talking about you as well. I'm feeling the energy of a situationship who thought you'd never leave. A cousin or family member. Now, this cousin or family member is not the same energy I picked up on with the person that was trying to uplift you. This is a different energy. This energy feels more malicious, but hidden in a way, like where you don't see it. And this cousin or family member secretly feels inferior to your progress. Okay? I'm also getting, if you don't resonate to the cousin or family member, this could be a younger person that feels less accomplished than you. I'm also getting the energy of chess. So this could be someone that is very strategic about the things they say. They like to play games. And this person doesn't mind playing dirty, because I'm seeing someone play dirty when they're playing chess and they kind of go checkmate and they win, where they almost like want to win at all costs. Through trickery, through deceit, things like that. But even just playing the game well. So this person's like very messy. Yeah, I do feel like the energies of messy people that like drama. Now I'm going to mention some zodiac signs. This could be your zodiac sign or the zodiac sign of people that are speaking about you. I'm also going to mention initials. Again, this could be your initial or the people that are speaking about you. So Leo is coming up quite prominently. Sagittarius. Earlier I mentioned Gemini, Libra, Virgo, Aquarius. And I'm hearing Pisces, and I'm hearing analytical. So an analytical sign, that kind of reminds me of Virgo, which I did already mention, because Virgo can be very analytical. The air signs, since they are like showing up as that mental energy, they can also be quite analytical in a way, or just like an analytical person in general. And I'm also feeling the energy of someone that misses your touch. They miss your affection, your hugs. This feels more romantic, but it doesn't have to be. So now as I'm looking for initials clairvoyantly, I'm actually seeing someone flick something like this. And earlier I said something about someone trying to flick your crown off. So I just see that as confirmation. I'm seeing someone with a horse. That is so weird. Like maybe this person does like horse riding or something. That's just a specific message for someone. I'm seeing someone with a toddler or a newborn baby because I'm seeing like baby toys. I'm seeing someone that's maybe very good at mathematics and someone that seems sweet but is very two-faced. So initials. Seeing the initial A, M, the energy of someone that has like 2 or 3 A's in their name. I'm getting the initial L, M again. But now I'm seeing it like the McDonald's sign. So maybe there's someone that really loves McDonald's that is speaking about you. I also see the energy of a grandma, a grandmother. So the initial M keeps coming up for me. I'm also seeing J, I, S, T, and R. Yeah, T is also coming up prominently. And L. And for some reason, I'm now seeing Mr. Grinch. So you could also have, again, like a bitter person. Because the Grinch kind of gives me a little bit of bitter energy. But also the Grinch was hurt in some way. He was bullied by people in some way. He was made to feel outcasted. So you could also have someone that has kind of turned cold because of that, speaking about you. So that is all I have for you, Pile 1. Let me know what you thought of this reading down in the comments below. Oh, and one last message. I'm seeing the message to send these haters love because they can't affect your energy. But when you send them love, you can send them positive energies that help them grow on their journey. So that's all I have for you. I really hope this resonated. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Pal 2. If you chose the red Jasper crystal and the duality card, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at why you're constantly being spoken about by others. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, then you can find all my details in the description box below. So your card says many meanings, misunderstanding. Now this card originally came out reverse. In fact, all of them did, but I just put them upright for pal picking purposes. So I'm going to read both the upright and reversed meaning. So I'm getting the energy of someone that's quite quiet and meek in some way and almost like shy. Or maybe not shy, but like a lot more quiet in nature. However, your presence and energy is loud. So I'm getting the energy of someone with a quite powerful energy field. And even though you could be physically quiet, even though you don't try to seem powerful in some way, people sense your power. So I'm getting something about that being spoken about. For some reason, as I look at this card, I'm hearing Lana Del Rey songs. So maybe some of you could be a Lana Del Rey fan, or people could speak about your music taste, right? Especially if someone like has a similar music taste as you and they like your music taste, maybe they could speak about it. So you're giving silent, mysterious energy, but also powerful energy, right? I also feel the energy of someone that maybe has occult knowledge or is spiritual in some way or intuitive in some way. It's like I'm hearing you're always 2 steps ahead. You know that sound that originally came from Nikocado of Ikado's video where he was like, I'm always 2 steps ahead? That is what I'm hearing. So maybe people could speak about how you're always 2 steps ahead of everybody. I also get that you've had people that have plotted against you, but it never worked. And even if you didn't know about it at the time, it still never worked because you're spiritually protected in some way. So let's go ahead and get your cards. So I think people try to interpret you. People try to figure you out and get a read on you, Pile 2, but they never can. Because you're so mysterious, some people try to understand you and then end up misunderstanding you. I think that sometimes when people gossip about you, some things they say about you may not be true. Not because they're intentionally lying, but because they're misunderstanding you. So let me give an example to this. Earlier I said something about a quiet person. Let's say some of you aren't even quiet, but someone just misunderstood you as quiet because of how they saw you in that moment. Now they're telling people you're quiet, but you don't consider yourself that way. That could be an example for some. But I'm seeing this energy of like false narratives going out about you, people talking about you, interpreting you in their own way, like your personality. And then because there are so many misunderstandings, people get confused when they hear about you, because one person could speak about you and say you're silent, but another person could speak about you and they say you're loud. And then it's like the people hearing about that have no idea what to think of you because there's so many mixed messages coming from different directions. Does that make sense? So I'm feeling like that kind of energy where people will talk about you, but some of the things they say aren't necessarily even true, but it's not coming from a malicious place of them trying to lie about you. You get what I mean? But maybe you have had some people intentionally lie about you when they speak about you, if you feel that intuitively. So we have the Muse of Materials, which is the King of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Wheel of Fortune. I heard that you're a mirror to people, and you often mirror back to them what's already within themselves. And so I think when people talk about you, sometimes they can project their own things onto you. But I do also think that you are a very relatable person, pal, too, where when people speak to you, they feel like you see them in a way. They feel like you understand them. And I think because you've been so misunderstood by people, you often try to make people feel seen and understood in some way. But I think you're also just very good at matching people's energies. So some people will feel like you're very similar to them in a way and feel like that relatability aspect, and they'll be like, oh yeah, me and pile number 2 bonded over this similar interest, or yeah, me and pile 2 bonded over this. So I'm seeing that type of energy where people will talk about how much they like the way they've bonded with you, how they like the way you match their energy. Stuff like that is coming through here. I definitely get the energy of people obsessed with figuring out what's going on in your life. Because you're very mysterious or private, people don't know what's going on in your life, and then they try to figure out and come up with theories, because I'm literally seeing conspiracy theories in my mind, like Shane Dawson's conspiracy theories. And anyways, I'm seeing that in my mind's eye. So that's making me think people are trying to come up with theories of what's going on in your life because they have no idea. I'm hearing priestess energy. Yeah, you're very powerful in your intuition. I also feel lunar energy from this pile. Some of you have like this dark aesthetic about you, or you like to wear a lot of dark colors or reds. Like you have a very sensual look. Sensual but intimidating at the same time. And I'm getting that you come across as someone that your words would cut like a knife in some way. So I'm getting the feeling that some people will talk about you and your beauty and how seductive you are, but how intimidated they are by you. Let's say someone is crushing on you and they want to talk to you, but they're afraid that your rejection would cut like a knife. I'm getting that kind of energy, and I'm seeing Morticia Adams in my mind's eye. So, you know how like Gomez was always like obsessing over Morticia? Maybe you have a lot of suitors obsessing over you, because I don't feel like there's just one. I feel like there's many. Even if you do not know who they are, they could be keeping their feelings secret in some way. So some people may also feel like you're keeping secrets or plotting, but I'm getting the energy of projection with this. Unless you are keeping a secret intentionally. What I feel from the energy is, let's say you're quiet about something or you're not sharing something, and then some people will take it personally. They won't think, okay, am I a safe or trustworthy person for Pal 2 to go to with their secrets and their privacy and stuff like that. They won't think like that. They won't think, oh, is Pal 2 maybe just not having anything to share. Maybe there's nothing really going on that they have to share, but then they go to these extremes of like, oh, they have secrets, they're hiding things, like it's kind of like a projection. And I'm feeling the energy of someone that is like accusing you of something in some way you didn't even do, which doesn't come through as a good energy for me. Some people are saying that you're distant lately, and they're wondering why. They're wondering if it's something they did or said. But like I said, some also think you're hiding something. Success, maybe a new relationship, money, or even revenge. I'm even getting like a baby, or like, let's say someone here recently got pregnant and you're hiding your pregnancy until you're like 3 months or something. Or let's say you got news to go travel somewhere and you're not telling people about it until it happens. I'm getting the energy of like some kind of good news people think you have that you're not sharing. People almost feel entitled to know what's going on in your life, and when they don't know what's going on in your life, they get very mad for some reason, which is very strange when people feel entitled to knowing what's going on in your life, because it's none of their business. Seriously, it is none of their business. But they think it's their business. Some are secretly inspired by you. They think it in their mind when they're talking about you, but they will never say it out loud. I feel like this sense of pride, like I don't want to say it, I don't want to admit it, right? There are also people you've helped that are greatly appreciative of the way you've helped them in some way. Either you helped them financially, emotionally, maybe you were there for them in some way. Whatever it is, you helped them and they feel like they owe you, or they feel like they want to give back to you in some way. Someone's here is growing their booty, because I'm seeing like someone here go to the gym and your booty is growing. Or let's say you're a man and you've been going to the gym, maybe your muscles are growing or something, or maybe you've lost weight or something, like something about your body looking good lately. I'm just seeing that in my mind's eye. I'm also seeing someone here on a magazine cover. I don't know why. Is someone here a model? I know that won't resonate with everybody, but I'm literally seeing that in my mind's eye. And I'm tasting vegetables now, so some of you could like be on a health journey where people are speaking about how you're eating healthy. I see someone close to you, and this feels like someone you're very close and comfortable with. And you and this person may have something that you bond over, like a TV series or something. I'm specifically seeing like a TV series where you guys like to binge watch this together. It doesn't have to be that, but I'm specifically seeing that in my mind's eye, where this person will talk about how you guys have been watching, for example, Gossip Girl's coming to mind, like you guys watch this together or binge watch it together or something. People also talk about the choices you've made lately and their opinions of that choice. So I feel like maybe that's why you don't tell people what you're doing or what you're up to, because I feel like people are always projecting their own opinions onto what you're doing and onto your choices. That it's like, okay, let me live my life. Like, it's not their life, it's your life. And if you're happy with that decision and they're judging it, like, again, it's none of their business, but they act like it's their business. I get that kind of energy. Someone is like trying to judge your choices or make it seem like it's not the best choice, or make it seem like you could have made a better choice here. But really, it's none of their business, like I said. I feel like you guys have been working on your success in secret. Like working towards something financially in secret. I feel like you guys have been very responsible. You've been saving towards something, or you've just been trying to create more stability and financial independence for yourself. Financial comfortability. You're trying to create changes in your life, and you're trying to manifest huge blessings for yourself. You're probably someone that thinks and dreams big. And that's also probably why you aren't telling people what you're up to or what your plans are. Because a lot of the times when you're thinking big, when you're dreaming big, people are going to project their own doubts onto you. So even I don't want to make this about me, but even when I was like starting my YouTube channel, I never told people about it because I knew there were going to be people that would be like, oh, what do you think you have something special to offer? Like, you know, there's always going to be people like that with their opinions, but as long as you are going towards your goal and you're happy with it, that is all that matters. If you've gone clubbing recently, it doesn't even have to be recently, but within the past 2 years, someone could have seen you at the club wearing something really nice or sexy, and they're speaking about that. They wish they went up to you and spoke to you, but they didn't. This feels like someone you know. It doesn't feel like someone you're close to, but it feels like an admirer. It feels like someone that has romantic interest in you or some kind of sexual interest in you, right? I'm feeling a masculine energy, but it doesn't have to be. Take it as it resonates for you. But this person felt a little bit insecure on that day where they didn't feel like they should speak to you. Like they felt like they were maybe going to get rejected. And maybe that's a common occurrence for you where people don't come up to you to speak to you when they like you because they think you're going to reject them because you're intimidating. So people are also talking about the changes you've made to your life recently that they can see, and they're wondering what changes you're trying to make right now. I'm also getting this energy of someone that was at the bottom with you and they started at the same level as you and now you're at the top. And they think that you guys aren't friends anymore or that you are like too good for them now that you're at the top. Something like that's coming through for someone here. I'm seeing the energy of, let me just say, intimacy on the beach. I can't say certain words on YouTube. I don't know what that is about, but maybe someone has like some kind of sexual desire for you. Or maybe they're speaking about their sexual desire for you. Because I even see like someone like fantasizing about kissing up your legs. Okay, so some people may talk about like certain fantasies they have with you. And I'm hearing it's too late. So there's someone that wants to come back to you, but they feel like it's too late. So what they're saying, I see someone saying that you're a snake. Please don't get offended. That's just what I'm seeing intuitively. I see someone spilling tea on you. Like hot piping tea on you in some way. What is this about, Spirit? What is this tea? Something about your fears. Something about you letting go of things. Something about your sexual power. I see them like watching you with binoculars, metaphoric for them just watching you. So you have people watching you like relaying information back to people about what they've seen. It's kind of reminding me of that scene in Mean Girls when people are like, oh, I saw Regina George wear this, so then I wore this. So you guys may have like a little bit of trendsetter energy because I saw that vision in my mind's eye. People are saying things have changed in your life and they think something has happened, but they don't know what it is. Some people are saying, I feel like they're up to something, they're too quiet. And some people are saying, I feel like I'm stuck in their web. Or I feel like I can't get my mind off of them. Like I keep obsessing over them and I don't know why. I'm literally seeing like spider webs in my mind's eye and someone being stuck in your web. So who is talking about you? I see an old friend who stalks your stories religiously but never interacts, or just someone that constantly stalks your stories but never likes it or says anything. I feel the energy of secret admirers, people that are attracted to you. A jealous coworker who senses you're doing better than you let on. An ex-lover trying to figure out if you've moved on and if it's too late. I'm hearing someone that wants some kind of companionship with you, where they secretly desire this, and they're not telling that many people about it. But this person feels wholesome to me. It almost feels like they want like a cute romance with you. I feel the energy is someone that has been distant with you lately, where they're telling people that you've been distant, but they're the ones that are also distant. Like, if they reached out to you, you would probably respond back, but because they're making it weird, it's now becoming weird. And there's no, like, weird vibe between the two of you, but they think something's going on. They think you don't want to, like, be around them anymore, but that's not even necessarily true. So it's kind of like they're reading the situation wrong, you know? I keep feeling the energies of like romantic interests. For the people that like project, I just keep seeing people that are watching you. Some of them may even be strangers or acquaintances, people you don't even care about or know that well. Like, I keep seeing like binoculars and eyes on you, and people just watching. But there may also be a person that is almost like spying on you, trying to look at what you're doing because they see you like making certain moves in business, or finances, or in your career. And it kind of feels like this person, I'm seeing them as like a bee that wants to sting you. So I don't know what that's about, but that's what I'm seeing. So now I'm going to mention some zodiac signs and initials. This could be your zodiac or initial, or it could be theirs, like the people speaking about you. So this could just be extra confirmation about who's speaking about you. So Scorpio energy is coming through quite prominently. Gemini, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Leo, 8th house energy, 12th house energy. Maybe also Aries, like the Mars energy is coming up quite prominently with Scorpio and Aries. Just like with all the red here, it's reminding me of Scorpio and Aries. Okay, and like all that mystery we spoke about. Okay, so for initials, I'm seeing the initial T, K, I, J, P, V, K again, O, and F, as well as B. I also see random specific message. Someone here has like a small purse, like one of those smaller purses that are really cute. And someone's speaking about how they like that purse you were wearing. So anyways, that is all I have for you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought of this down in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi Pal 3, if you chose the Black Tourmaline Crystal and the Calming the Waters card with Peaceful Self-Regulation, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at why you're constantly being spoken about by others. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, then you can find all my details in the description box below. So this card had originally come out reversed, and I put it upright for pal picking purposes. So I'm going to read both the upright and reverse meaning. I am feeling the energy of innocence, so people could say you have an innocent side to you. I'm also seeing Britney Spears in her younger years, where she kind of like had that cutesy type of look to her, but she also had that energy of like setting the trends and creating new kind of styles in pop. Because when you think about like stuff she's done, for example, she did something where she wore something specific and then another celebrity tried to emulate it or something like that. I don't remember the exact story, but I'm seeing something about like people trying to emulate what you're doing, or you creating certain trends, or just being like very unique but in a fun way, like Britney was, you know? She had that kind of youthful, playful vibe about her at that time. Maybe some of you have nice voices or nice singing voices and people talk about that as well. Or maybe you remind someone of a specific celebrity as well. People definitely talk about your hair, especially if your hair has waves or a curl to it. Doesn't have to be completely curly, but it could be. People like your hair. There's also something about some people like trying to undress you with their eyes. Because when I look at her wearing like the see-through fabric, I'm getting the energy of people watching that are kind of like a little bit lustful. You also have a healing energy about you. I don't think people talk about you being healing in some way, but I think people mention that whenever they're around you, they just feel lighter and calmer. I do think that you guys have come to a place where you've been able to work through and manage your emotions. But I do think there was a time in your life where you were emotionally imbalanced or going through a lot, and you could have crashed out or had some kind of emotional breakdown. And I feel like people could be talking about that even though it happened a long time ago. But with the Seven of Swords reverse, there's negative intentions attached to it. You know what I feel from that? It's like, you know, when you go through like a bad mental health thing, or you go through a bad situation in your life and you act out of character, and then maybe it happened 2 years ago, but then people keep bringing it up to almost like use that against you, to almost like make you seem like someone you're not. And it was just a bad moment in your life. It wasn't like you were always consistently like that. Do you get what I mean? So I feel like someone is almost using your bad moments and using it against you in some way. Like from negative intentions, but they're trying to pretend that they're not like being malicious, but they are. So let's see what comes up in the cards. I also feel like you guys are very headstrong, a little bit stubborn. People talk about that, but I feel a positive energy coming through from that, like some people praising your stubbornness, but some people like laughing or joking about it in a not so serious way, like, oh, I asked pile number 3 to do this and they said no, and I tried to beg them and they kept saying no. Oh, they're so stubborn, but that's just pile 3. Like, I feel that type of acceptance attached to it, where they're not necessarily saying anything bad about it. So the Six of Pentacles, and I feel like that headstrong energy is getting you somewhere in life, in regards to your goals and your ambitions, because I feel the energy of someone that when you have your eye on a goal or something you want, you don't give up. Like, you're very stubborn in the sense like when you want this goal, you are going to have it. When you want a person, you are going to have them. Like, I just feel that type of energy from you guys, or at least people speak about you that way, even if you don't consider yourself that way. So we have the Six of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, the Page of Cups, the Moon, and the Queen of Wands reverse. I feel the energy of someone that once took care of you, because I'm seeing the vision of Maleficent, but specifically where the 3 fairies were taking care of Aurora, right? Like Sleeping Beauty. And I see like the 3 fairies taking care of her as a baby. So this is making me think that maybe you have like aunts or people that took care of you when you were a baby that are speaking about you. Maybe saying that they're proud of you, they're proud of how far you've come, how you've grown in a way. I do also feel like you do have people that are very protective over you. So there's people where they would defend you or defend your name in rooms where you can't even hear what people are saying, but they have your back. So that's really great to see that, you know, let's say someone is trying to be malicious or say something nasty or mean about you. You're always going to have someone there in that room ready to defend you, because I hear that you guys are very likable in some way. And because you're very likable, naturally you create certain bonds with people where they feel they must have some kind of loyalty or transparency towards you. I feel the soft, gentle, calm, relaxing energy from you guys, and people often speak about that. People also often speak about how when they come to you and they're in a bad mood, you know how to lift them out of that mood. So I see someone being angry at something, and maybe you talk them through it, and maybe they were going to do something really bad or self-sabotage in some way, but you talk them through it and now they feel better. Or maybe someone was really stressed out and you just put things in perspective for them where now they no longer feel stressed out. So you guys, again, have that healing energy about you, have that supportive energy about you. And I feel like people speak about how you've been there for them, or how you've helped them in ways, or just how you've helped them calm down when they were going through like tough emotions or tough periods in their life. You also give really good advice, pile number 3, and you know how to help people just like face their own emotions in a healthier way. People are speaking about your body, how sensual your body looks. Also, if you've ever worn, for the woman watching, like a long dress or a formal dress somewhere, people could be speaking about that, because I'm specifically looking at this card where she's wearing like this formal dress. Or just formal wear in general. Like, let's say you went to a wedding and you're a man and you wore a suit and you look very handsome in that suit. Maybe people could be speaking about that. Or like, let's say you took a photo in that formal wear and people are speaking about it. Or maybe some of you went to prom or something like that and people are speaking about the dress you wore or the suit you wore or something like that. People often speak about your generosity, pile number 3, with the 6 of Pentacles here. Again, that's why you're also so likable to others, because people feel like you give a lot, and that's not necessarily the reason why they like you. I think just be careful of people that maybe like just try to take from you. I don't see people necessarily intentionally talking about like wanting to use you, but I think just be careful of people that may just try to take and take and take and never give back. So I think surround yourself with people that are reciprocal. But I think because you're a giver and people can see your heart is in the right place, and people can see you have some kind of depth about you where when they speak with you, it feels genuine, it feels real, the conversation has depth. It's not just a superficial connection, right? So people feel like they bond with you on that deep level, and so they just feel like you're very likable. And a lot of people talk about your good qualities or traits, and again, how generous you are, how much depth you have, emotional depth too. People could talk about your sensitivity, because I'm seeing bubbles in my mind's eye from Powerpuff Girls and how she was kind of like a little bit sensitive, a little bit of a crybaby, but it's not coming through in a negative way. I'm a crybaby too. But yeah, like it's not coming through in a negative way. I also see this energy of people speaking about your beauty being quite soft, natural in a way, or classic. Some of you have like a classic beauty about you, and some of you have like a natural beauty, a soft beauty, almost like Empress energy. Some of you have big eyes that are very cute, and people speak about that. So I feel a lot about talk about your appearance. Now, with the Queen of Wands showing up reverse, I do think you have some insecure people that are speaking about you and almost trying to put you down because they are insecure. And they reveal their own emotions when they speak about you. They almost tell on themselves when they speak about you. They tell on themselves with their insecurities. I feel the energy of someone comparing themselves to you. And this could be someone that almost... Okay, let me explain what I see. I'm seeing like a love triangle, and I'm seeing someone almost look at you and compare themselves to you and feel like, what if the other person likes you more than me? So it doesn't have to be a love triangle, but it could be like, let's say you're dating someone new. Let's say they have an ex that's constantly watching you on social media, you know, jealous, insecure, comparing themselves to you. Or let's say you got out of a relationship and your ex is dating someone new and that person's comparing themselves to you. Or some of you could be in like that love triangle situation where maybe there's two of you seeing the same person. I don't think that will resonate with everybody, but if you know that resonates, then that is your message, where maybe like two of you are seeing the same person and this other person is comparing themselves to you. It doesn't have to be that specifically, but I just see the energy of self-comparison. It doesn't have to be like something that's linked to a romantic situation, but I do see that for some of you. I feel the energy of some admiring you publicly while dragging you in private. This doesn't necessarily have to be negative. This could be like a loyal friend where they speak good about you in public, but they call you out in private. But this could also be hidden animosity or jealousy, like someone almost like praising you in public, but then in private to like their best friend, they're talking shit about you because they don't want people to know, you know, they don't want to tell on themselves. Like that could be the case too. Take it as it resonates for you. People are definitely giving you compliments, attention, recognition through them speaking about you. People also may be speaking about your plans right now, like where you're going next, where you're headed next. They may be speaking about where they see you headed in the future, your potential too. And I feel the energy of speaking about your potential. I feel the energy of someone that didn't see your potential, that underestimated you and is now seeing your power and is now clapping for you. But before, they never thought you could do it. They underestimated you. So you guys are winning. You guys have main character energy, but you guys don't have much of an ego, where you might not even see yourself as the main character, but people see you as the main character. You guys are giving beauty, abundance, and divine feminine energy. People are competing with you without you even knowing, or even just comparing themselves to you. You guys are doing very well for yourself, and you might not know that it's threatening people who never expected you to rise like this. And when I say that, I feel the energy of people that were maybe above you at the time, like in terms of social hierarchies or success. Of course, we're all equal, but I mean that in terms of social hierarchy or success. Or they could have kind of looked down at you, almost underestimated you, like I said before. And now they're just shocked that you've kind of just rise to the top and that you're doing better than them. Someone is talking about how you're a good kisser, because I literally see someone kissing you and talking to people about it, where they're kissing and telling. Okay. People could also speak about the car that you drive. I don't know why, I'm just seeing a car. If you have pets, people could also speak about how cute your pets are. Some people are trying to straight up copy you, and I don't think they necessarily talk about copying you, but I see someone being like, oh, look what they're wearing, or oh, look what they're doing. And then next thing you know, 3 days later, they're doing that same exact thing. I see someone saying, did you see their post? I bet they edited it. Someone is saying they kind of wish they were in your place, like receiving the things you're receiving right now. Some people hate that everyone likes you. Someone is saying that you're doing too much now and that you're so full of yourself. But then I see another person saying and defending you, like, no, Pal 3 has never been full of themselves. Do you even know Pal 3? Like, what are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about. So I see someone coming to your defense. I keep seeing people talking about your hair, like how good your hair looks. So who's talking about you? Like I said, I mentioned people comparing themselves to you. I mentioned people that you've maybe helped in some way. I feel the energy of a manager, teacher, or boss who underestimated you and now sees your power. Frenemies watching from burner accounts. That guy or girl who used to one-up you, now feeling left behind. Or someone that once did better than you and now sees you doing better than them, where they're bitter about it. Someone that pretended not to care but is always watching. Again, someone stalking your socials and comparing themselves to you constantly. Someone's partner keeps bringing you up an ex's new person, or what we spoke about before. Especially if this ex hasn't gotten over you and is like always talking about you or something, where you might be the what if they can't get over, and maybe that other person senses that they're not fully over you, like especially if it's like a rebound situation, because I see you like breaking up with somebody and it was serious, and then they get into a rebound situation, and that rebound is now insecure because they know that maybe you guys had a serious relationship, and it's like, how do they even compete with that, you know? You're definitely stepping into the version of yourself that threatens the comfort zone of others. That's why they talk. You remind them of who they wish they could be. This is specific, but someone here goes to a yoga class and there's someone in that yoga class or class in general that's speaking about you. I'm seeing someone that enjoys like hunting. The reason I say this is because I'm seeing like those animals on the wall where, like, you know, when a hunter hunts an animal and they put the animal on the wall. Not that I necessarily agree with that, because like, anyways, but I guess this person that is like a hunter could be speaking about you. I'm also seeing someone you once shared a secret with. And I'm also seeing someone that likes horror movies speaking about you. And someone that doesn't have boundaries or struggles to speak up for themselves. So I'm going to mention some zodiac signs and initials to end off. This could be confirmation of your zodiac sign or initial, or the zodiac sign or initial of the people that are speaking about you. So I strongly feel water sign energy, especially Cancer with the moon here. So also Pisces and Scorpio, Libra, Taurus, Aries, Capricorn, and I'm getting Gemini and Leo. I'm seeing someone that constantly wears a watch, but this watch is black. Like, I'm seeing a black watch or a silver watch. I'm also seeing someone with like a summery vibe or aesthetic to them, to the way they dress. And someone that is a little bit materialistic. Okay, so initials. I'm seeing the initial Q, H, E, B. E's coming up quite strongly. It keeps coming up for me. C, T, B, G, S, F, and O. So that is all I have for you, pile number 3. I hope this reading resonated with you. Let me know what you thought of this down in the comments below. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.